Hey everybody, Garcia here, and today we're going to be tidying up this messy place, trying to get the most points in before the guests arrive. This one's a simple little card game in which you are going to be displaying a grid of cards. You're going to be drafting lines from that display, putting them in front of you, and then every now and then scoring some using the family members to tidy up after themselves. They specifically can tidy up specific things, and you'll be getting victory points for that. But you want to make sure you don't end the game with too much clutter in front of you, or that will penalize your points and, well, maybe make you lose the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the game works. I'll see you on the other side. Here we're taking a look at the game for 2 players. You have a card here to help you with setup for each round for 2, 3, and 4 players, showing the grid, the display that you are going to be putting out. So again, 2 players right now. We're going to shuffle up the deck of cards. You are going to take this card here that denotes when the guests show up, and you're going to shuffle that among the bottom 15 cards of the deck for 2 players. And then the rest go above that, and you put out this display numerically here, filling in the cards in this order. Then you are ready to begin. You have your start player, you are ready to begin. So what we are attempting to do is tidy up, and we are going to be gathering the things that are messy about the house and the people that can tidy up, and using those things to clean up the house and score victory points. Each round has 3 steps. The first one is taking a row, taking a line of cards. That one's mandatory. The second one is tidying up, which you may do. That's optional. And then 3 is checking that there are enough cards for the next player. If there are not, then we need to replenish this display. As soon as the guests arrive and that card is revealed, the game is over, and we are going to figure out what our final score is going to be in the game. So step 1, like I said, is taking a card. You can select any one line here and take everything in it. If a gap has been created, say because the first player takes this line here, and they'll keep these in front of themselves. The next player could take any one line. If there is a gap, you still will take everything in that line. All right, so for example, I might take this line here, like so, and keep that in front of myself. The next player will go, and so on. After you take, like I said, you could tidy up. So what does that entail? That means you need to use a person to tidy up something that matches that type of color. The number of hands is how many different kinds of things they can clean up. So for example, this grouping over here, this character, the mom, could tidy up 2 different things. Both of these cards are the same thing. So she could tidy up both of those and something else. Say this perfume here. If you choose to tidy up during the second step of your turn, you select a person and you select things they can tidy up. You'll take all of those, flip them face down, and put them in your score pile. And then you go on to step 3, which is checking the lineup here. If there are 4 or more cards still in the display, then it is simply the next player's turn. If there are 3 or fewer, you need to replenish these. And you'll take all the ones that are out there, move them to positions 1, 2, and 3 in the numerical order they're in. So 1, 2, 3, and then replenish. 4, 5 goes here, 6, 7, and so on, until you put out all 12 cards that are required. And this continues. Again, that second step being optional, and you can choose to score some things with one person, taking into account the number of things they can tidy up. Each of the characters also tells you which color, like I said. Many of them, most of them in fact, can only tidy up one kind of thing, but the granddad and the grandma can do 3 things each. So for example, we've got the granddad here who can do blue things, yellow things, and green things. And then the grandma, the little kid, can do just yellow things, so you see her there. And then the grandma can also do 3 colored things. They both share the little girl's color. So anybody can tidy up her stuff. She's the little one. So there you go. Once you hit that card, game's over. Everybody has one more opportunity to sell one set to tidy up once, or to discard a card from in front of themselves. of these face-up ones they've got in front of themselves. Once that's done, you are going to score. And you will score every card you tidied up has a number of stars. You're going to get 1 point per star. The people don't count as anything. And then you are going to lose points based on what you still have face-up in front of you. So, for example, let's say I've still got, at the end of the game, I have these cards in front of me. You are going to lose. Let's do that. Just to make my case here. So let's say I have these cards in front of me at the end of the game. I'm going to lose points for that. It's 1 point per card that is stuff. The stars won't matter. So -1, 2, and 3 points. And then if you have any people left in front of you, it's -1 per hand. So again, -1, 2, and 3. I would be losing 6 points here. And of course, I'm making positive points on, whatever I sold. So 3 for that, 2, another 2. People are nothing. 5 from tidying up this, and so on. Whoever has the most points is, of course, the winner of the game. So that is before the guests arrive. I like a lot of Saashi and Saashi games, the maker of this little card game here. This is the designer and publisher. And usually there's something kind of quirky and interesting about them, a little spin, a little twist that makes those games stand out. I think this one is missing that, and I think that's on purpose. This one is attempting to be have more of a broad appeal, okay? And that's a fine pursuit. I personally think it does that very well. I also think there are aspects of the game that are going to suffer from that. So let's go ahead and talk about it, shall we? We're going to start from the top with the theme and the setting, which I think is very cute. Really well handled, wholesome, cute, cleaning up and tidying up after yourself. I like that quite a bit. The aesthetics. Artwork is lovely, as it is always in Saashi and Saashi games. I think the card quality here is not the best, though. I think the cards, I wish they were a little bit better quality. They are a little cardboardy. They don't have a great finish on them, so that's why it gets a middling score from me in this category. Replay value, I think, is the biggest hit the game takes. I think the game is, because it is so simple, because it's so easy to figure out, I think the replayability, the sameness from session to session is really going to show very quickly. Okay, the game ultimately, the one thing you are trying to do from game to game is push your luck. It's about finding that sweet spot between how long do I wait to score a group, to tidy up. If you do it too early, you are expending the person in order to score whatever you've got, but you might end up with more of those things, which would require a whole new instance of that person card. If you wait too long, you only get to do one tidy up per round. And you don't want to wait too long and have the guests actually arrive, and then you can only do one more scoring, leaving you with things you could have done in front of you. That's the main thing. But that's a very obvious one-dimensional thing, and you just, every time you play, try to thread that needle, So yes, the replayability I don't think is very good in this one. Not a lot of pizzazz. The game mark is good. I was just explaining about that, threading the needle. I think that's where the rising tension in the game comes from. That's the main twist, the main interest. Yes, drafting the right thing, of course, that's fun and gives you some choices. But it's about that pushing your luck. How long can I wait? Am I going to get another one of these cards? No matter how many I've got of the same type, I can score them all. So that can be fun. You see the deck running out. You start to worry about that card showing up. That's a nice game arc, and the game is fairly quick. Ease of play. Super clean design. Very nice rhythm to resetting the display. I really like that. And you can manipulate that too. You can sometimes take fewer things so that you do not trigger the replenishment, and instead another player does it for you, and you have a brand new display. I really like that. That's very good. And then lastly, tactics like strategy. Not bad, if a little simplistic, like I said. There's some light tactics, knowing when to replenish or trying not to be the one to trigger it. But the gameplay is very casual. Again, on purpose. That's a good, casual, attractive, lovingly themed game that is going to be hard for anyone to object to anything in this box. Unfortunately, the flip side of that is it might not be too memorable. This might not have a lot of staying power. But if you are someone who, I think as a gift for someone who does not own a lot of games, and you're not concerned about this one being buried by other games of its type that perhaps have a little more variety from session to session, if that's not a concern, then this is a lovely gift. Like I said, card quality could be better, but I think it's lovingly produced and an attractive little package. So yes, I recommend it. I don't love it, but I liked it. I thought it was a neat little exercise. I'm just not sure this is one that's going to stick in my mind as some of their other releases that are very distinct, have cool moments and twists that make them stand out. So there you go. Before the guests arrive, this is going to get a 6 out of 10 from me. I recommend you check it out. Get it as a stocking stuffer, get it as a gift for someone, or just if it looks lovely, get it for yourself. If you're a collector of Saashi and Saashi, nothing wrong with this one. I think you're going to enjoy it. Just not sure how often you're going to play it. All right, so there you go. That's going to do it for me, everybody. My name is Z Garcia. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.